What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve.
I'm Lindsay.
Today we're going to be reacting to the UK's most expensive number plates. Lindsay was just asking me what a number plate is, and I believe it's basically what we call a license plate. So it's the plate you put on your car in order to identify who you are and what car you have and if it has insurance and whatnot. I guess it's basically so that the police can identify you, in other words. But I'm not really sure why they would have very expensive number plates in the UK. From what I understand, here in the US, we generally have, one type of plate, except for personalized plates, which are a little bit more expensive.
No, we've got standard, and then also, don't they have specialty license plates where you can support a certain cause?
Well, that's a little bit different, but I'm saying personalized license plates are where you can basically say, I want to put this word or this small phrase.
Like a vanity plate.
A vanity plate is kind of what we would call that. And those are a little bit more expensive, but
they're not super pricey.
Yeah. Supposedly in the UK, there are different prices for different types of license plates or number plates. I'm guessing that basically some words or phrases are very popular, that a lot of people might want them on their car for some reason. From what I understand, what we're going to look at is basically, I believe that a lot of supercar owners get these very expensive number plates, but I have
supercar.
A supercar is like a Ferrari or a
sports car,
or a very a luxury car.
Okay.
But I have no idea how much they pay for these. I've just heard that some of them do get quite expensive. But yeah, don't really know what to expect here, guys. But I thought this would be very interesting. This is a subject I know nothing about really, and something we really haven't looked into. So yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, we're going to dive in here and check out the UK's most expensive number plates.
Okay, made it to Mercedes-Benz World. We're about to go inside and help the DVLA auction off the MCL 720S number plate. But before we do that...
What?
Hold on, guys.
Auction off?
Auctioning off number plates? So, if I'm not mistaken, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. These would be the plates that are like our license plate, like this right here on this white car here, and it basically identifies the car. So you actually can buy these types of plates at auction. I've never heard of that here in the US. I could be wrong on that, but as much as
it would be like a vintage plate.
I guess maybe, but you wouldn't be using that to identify your car.
Right.
You basically here in the US, you go to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, or here in the US is here in the Indiana is the BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and you basically just get a license plate, and you can choose at that point to do what we describe as a personalized plate. But I don't think those are that expensive. Maybe $100 or something.
Yeah. I don't
know. We'll see.
I wanted to run you by some recent examples of plates that have sold, just to give you an idea and some context of just what ridiculous prices and fascinating cars these things end up on. So I have 9 number plates in my hand here, which I've just tallied up to be the total of £1.5 million. So let's break them down and see what they are.
What?
£1.5 million. Isn't that okay? So that's going towards $2 million, right?
Why?
If I'm not mistaken.
Why? I don't get it.
That is insane. Yeah, why? Okay, you have to have a lot of extra money sitting around to...
Even still, I can think of so many better things.
I don't know, maybe... knowing they auction these off and knowing they're expensive, maybe they're an investment of sort as well?
Maybe, I don't get it, but...
I don't get it either.
Tell us.
So, 918S, 918 Spider for the latest Porsche hypercar. That recently went for £66,000, sir. One SUV, great if you're really into your 4x4s, £44,000.
What?
Sing. £254,000.
What?
I mean, what?
Dude.
Unbelievable. What? 1D. I'm gonna take a guess. So generally, if you're not from the UK, the general rule is the less characters, the more expensive they are.
Makes sense.
And even more significantly is if it begins with a 1. So 1 plates tend to go crazy. So
why?
Based on saying I'm going to go for a similar, just go for 250 grand, maybe? £354,000.
What?
354 grand. I'd love to know what that went on. Anyway.
And he's just throwing them on the ground.
That is insane. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, for me, I've never got a personalized plate before. I just give me whatever.
Are the ones he's holding like the dummies? Like, are they just the examples, or is that the actual plate that sold for? Aren't the plates metal? Because these look plastic.
Yes, that's true.
I think these might be like the...
I don't know anything about UK number plates, but you're right. These do look plastic. Are they plastic? Are people literally paying
No,
300?
I think they're really the metal ones. But
I don't know, but people are literally paying, say, £300,000 for a certain number and letter combination to put on the car. I don't understand.
I don't either.
I mean, but again,
And it doesn't seem that special either.
I don't understand why people in the U.S. go the personalized route. I just don't get it personally.
But it's still way cheaper.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, guys. If you know anything about this, why people would do this and go through the hassle of paying that much money for a plate like this, please let us know. I just find this really fascinating. I mean, literally, that's more than you pay for most houses.
Yeah.
For a number plate.
Strange to me.
The only thing I can guess is that basically you have a very expensive car and you want a very cool plated number to go with it. And
most of these aren't that cool.
Yeah, but like
me.
Yeah, but like I get it, but like maybe it really is an investment. Maybe that's the way you look at it. You got this car, this supercar that you spent $500,000 on, and you spend another $100,000 on a number plate, and it's looked at as an investment because you can turn around and maybe that number plate will be worth more in the future or something. I have no idea.
Right. Krishna. I mean, what was saying earlier? I mean, let's go again. Another 200 grand. 180,000. Bargain, that one. MCL 650S. Now, this is fascinating because this is very similar to the 720S plate we're about to put through the auction. I think I know this one went for around about 16-ish. So that's 12,500. That's before fees. So that was a 16 grand plate.
That was cheap.
458S. Particularly interesting to me because I have a 458 Speciale, but that of course could also apply to a 458 Spider. So I'm trying to think what I would pay for that. Someone offered that to me. I don't know. I'd max 20 grand maybe. 80,000. 79,000. 79 grand. 650S, McLaren 650S. Obviously on this one they've dropped the MCL. As I mentioned, less characters the better. So I hazard 35 grand? 31.
Oh, you're close. By the way, I just wanted to ask, guys, why are some yellow and some white? Is there a difference there? Does it matter? And
I don't think these are the actual plates.
Yeah, tell us, guys. Are these the actual plates?
And that might be before fees, so it's probably a 38er or something like that. And the Mac Daddy 250. I mean, there's only one place that's going. It's going to end up on a 250 GTO or a short wheelbase, or someone really likes the number 250. I'm going £518,000.
What? Yeah.
That is insane.
Now, I've been around the world and I've seen some fantastic car displays. I came here about 4 years ago to Mercedes-Benz World, and they had behind me the exploded F1 car,
that really is cool. I'd like to go see that.
All the parts.
Yeah, everything just exploded out.
Thought no one in their right mind is ever going to pull down, because to suspend all of these components from, I'm not sure if it's fishing line or what, but they've perfectly exploded and deconstructed an F1 car.
That would take
all of the
forever
components in line with each other. It looks photoshopped. It's unbelievable. To stand here and say, listen, I implore you, if you've never been to Mercedes-Benz World, you have to come here, even if it's just for this. I am mesmerized by it. I came here, as I mentioned, 4 years ago. It was only brief and I didn't have quite enough time to stop and check it out. But now I'm here with some time. Just taking in these components is mind-boggling. It's such an amazing feature. All right, made it into Mercedes-Benz World. Before we head over to the auction, let's go check out some of the cool cars that they've got here.
That looks like a cool place to go. Wow. So you can go here and pay to drive some of these cars.
Oh, the driving experience. Oh, that's cool.
So this must be like a whole immersive experience. Mercedes-Benz World. Where is this?
I have no idea.
Probably near London.
I would totally go do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know, whatever car that was, we were just looking at briefly right here.
The it looked like an older, more vintage
that
stuff.
right there.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, man, where's it at? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that looks beautiful. I have no idea what that is. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments.
So this Lambo plate started off with a reserve of just £300.
Oh my goodness.
Just shows you never know. You never know.
Lambo. I like that, man.
But still, I wouldn't pay.
No. So you can pay hundreds of thousands of pounds for a car. I'm sure you can probably pay 12,000 pounds for a number plate. Yeah. So in that way, it makes sense.
Yeah,
but for regular people, I can't see you want to pay, tens of thousands of dollars for a number plate. It's just, yeah.
With this plate, I mean, obviously it's applicable for a Lambo. It stalled at 11 a minute ago. It's on 12,100 now. £12,100. What's that? Probably a 14 grand plate. Yeah. So with fees, about a 14 grand plate. Something that had a reserve of £300. It's mad.
£2,000 in fees.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to 669. Before we offer 669, we have James, aka Mr JWW.
Yes, live auction of personalized registration. So,
oh my goodness.
So yes, it is the actual number plate. That's insane. Wow.
That blows my mind.
That blows my mind. I would personally never do it.
No.
But that's insane. I never knew this was a thing. So I really believe people must be investing in these. These number plates must go up in value over time or something.
Probably.
So you just hold these for decades, maybe even.
And then you can sell it to someone else if you want to get rid of it.
Now here in the US, you wouldn't own the plate necessarily forever if you didn't pay your registration fees every year. It would eventually, they would want it back.
I guess you can purchase it and own it indefinitely.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, guys.
Good afternoon,
Driver
everyone.
and vehicle licensing
for me,
agency.
anyway, is at least the star plate of the day. If you want to turn to page 8 and 9, this is MCL 720S, which is very significant because McLaren this year have just launched their latest supercar, and this plate is the best one I've seen so far to reflect that. It's not a limited edition car, so there's going to be plenty of people buying these models. It's going to be produced over the next 3 to 4 years. So hopefully plenty of scope for someone to get their hands on the perfect plate. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to these guys. Happy bidding.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're on. This is the plate we've all been waiting for. MCL 720S, reserve starting at a mere £250. We're already up to 9,000. It's going to be fascinating to see where this plate ends up. Of course, we've got people bidding all around the world here. We've got over the phone,
so they don't have to be there.
In the room.
All around the world?
And I think we also have people who've sort of submitted what their bid will be via post.
How do you keep track of all that?
10-4 is in the room. At 10,000 for 11-4.
11-4. Don't forget that the MCL 650S went for, I think it was 16,000. We're 3 years on from that plate, and the McLaren as a brand as well has also evolved a lot.
3 years on the plate.
It'll be interesting.
I think he means 3 years.
14,000.
Like it was that was 3 years ago.
15-2 is online. At 15-2. 15-2, 15-2, 16-2. 16-2, 16-2. At 16-2.
Wow, that's just took a 1,000 jump. It's like 17-2.
Oh my goodness.
18-2.
I like auctions.
Yes, I do too.
19,200.
Never been to a plate auction.
No, not like this.
Keep it going if you like.
And don't forget, even if bidders are abroad and then they're going to own a 720S in England.
That's the highest seller. That's the highest seller now.
Highest selling plate?
For this sale.
We've already made the highest selling plate for this sale so far. This is awesome. Good job I didn't start bidding, really.
I want to buy a car for that price, not the plate.
For the first.
That's insane.
£20,200 and selling for the second at £20,200 and sold at £20,200
That's wild.
online to 8163. £200.
20,200. Congratulations to whoever's just bought that. Fantastic plate for fantastic car.
All right, guys.
That was really interesting.
That was very, very interesting.
Very eye-opening.
Yeah, very eye-opening. Something I never knew existed.
Right.
This is like a whole industry, it seems like, that I never even knew about. So, how much is your normal number plate? And I know in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, they have to have number plates on the front and the back, right?
A lot of states here, too.
Not a lot.
Well, I won't say a lot.
Yeah, some states. I've never lived in a state that you had to have number plates on both. Every state I've ever lived in, you only have to have your license plate on the back of your car. Do a lot of people go the personalized route and pay, I have no idea, how much is a normal personalized number plate that may not be quite as expensive as these? Like, would it cost a few £100, you know, £1,000? I have no idea. I think here it probably would cost, you know, I'm guessing £150 or something like that. I spent a long time since I looked at that, but it's not too expensive really to go the personalized route. But that is, here is per state, not per the, you know, not the entire nation.
I wonder what the most expensive number plate ever has been. Like, what?
Yeah, no, that one was like £500,000.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I mean, you could get you a huge house in a lot of areas in the UK for £500,000.
Yeah.
That's insane. So obviously that is not the norm.
No.
There's no way that's the norm. No. Like, most people obviously can't afford to spend £50,000 on a number plate. This is something for people who have the money to go out and buy these supercars and what, I guess. But I personally, it's not something I would do. I find it fascinating, and I think maybe, like I was saying earlier, this could be something people look at as an investment. Otherwise, I have no idea what the purpose would be in it. I mean, I know people get personalized license plates because they want to express themselves. Like, you'll see, like, people with a Jeep will get something that says, you know, I love Jeeps or something like that.
Or they want to be able to be identified, or
yeah. But I don't really know why you'd want to be identified.
I know.
Like, you see, we're talking about the shorter the amount of letters and numbers in a plate, the more expensive they are. I would want a more complicated license plate so that I'm not as easy to identify. Not that I'm hiding anything, but it's just, you know, why would I want to be more easy to identify by people?
Yeah.
But, you know, then again, you know, this is definitely not something I've ever experienced.
If you're driving a really expensive sports car,
maybe you want to be
noticed.
Yeah.
So.
if you've got $1 million or £1 million car, maybe having £100,000 number plate is just one of those
cherry on top.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, let us know in the comments if you know anybody who's gone this route. How much did they pay for their number plate? We'd also like to know how much your average number plate cost, what that process looks like. So I've looked a little bit into kind of the, you know, the driving test and whatnot, but like when it comes to getting your license plate, going through that process of registration, things like that, getting insured, I really don't know anything about that process in the UK. And I'm sure there's some differences
probably
from what we have here. Anyways, guys, enough rambling from us. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to discover anything and everything about the UK and Ireland. Until next time, guys, peace.
Bye.